Have you ever wondered why two people can share the same number of drinks at the same dinner table, yet one feels the effects much faster than the other? It's a question many adults have asked at some point in their lives. Maybe you've seen it during family celebrations. Perhaps you've noticed it among friends. One person seems perfectly fine after a glass of wine, while another becomes flushed, dizzy, or noticeably affected much sooner. The answer isn't simply about body size, willpower, or handling your alcohol. In fact, the journey alcohol takes through the body is very different from the way your body processes ordinary food. And understanding that journey can reveal some surprising truths about human biology, especially the differences between men and women. Stay with me, because one of the biggest misconceptions about alcohol may be something you've believed for years. Before we begin, I'd love to know who's watching today. How old are you, and where are you joining us from? Share it in the comments below. It's always fascinating to see our community come together from around the world. Now, let's start at the very beginning. Imagine you're attending a wedding reception. The music is playing, conversations are flowing, and someone raises a glass for a toast. The moment alcohol enters your mouth, something unusual happens. Unlike most foods, alcohol doesn't wait patiently for the digestive process to fully begin. Tiny amounts can pass directly through the tissues inside the mouth and enter nearby blood vessels almost immediately. The amount is usually small, but it highlights something important. Alcohol behaves differently. Even before it reaches the stomach, it can begin interacting with your body. Many people have experienced another effect without realizing the cause, that dry, sticky feeling in the mouth after drinking. Alcohol tends to reduce moisture. This drying effect may leave the tongue feeling rough or coated. In some cases, bacteria, dead cells, and inflamed taste buds can contribute to a temporary white appearance on the tongue. It's often harmless and short-lived, but it's another reminder that alcohol affects more than just the brain, and the story is only beginning. After leaving the mouth, alcohol travels down the esophagus and arrives in the stomach. Now, here's where timing becomes incredibly important. Picture two people. David sits down to a hearty dinner before having a drink. He enjoys grilled chicken, vegetables, and rice. Across the table, Lisa skips the meal altogether. She's had a busy day and decides to have a drink on an empty stomach. Although they consume the same beverage, their bodies may respond very differently. Why? Because food acts like a traffic slowdown. When the stomach contains solid food, alcohol tends to remain there longer before moving into the small intestine. This delay can slow the rate at which alcohol enters the bloodstream. Without food, alcohol may pass much more quickly into the small intestine. And that's significant because the small intestine is exceptionally efficient at absorption. Its walls are designed to move nutrients into circulation. Unfortunately, alcohol can take advantage of that same system. When alcohol reaches this part of the digestive tract rapidly, blood alcohol levels can rise more quickly. Many adults have experienced this without realizing it. I only had one drink, but I hadn't eaten all day. Suddenly, the situation makes more sense. And yet, researchers discovered another piece of the puzzle that surprised many people. Men and women often process alcohol differently. This difference isn't about character or tolerance in the way people sometimes assume. It's rooted in biology. Inside the body, specialized enzymes help break alcohol down into compounds that can eventually be eliminated. One of these enzymes is called alcohol dehydrogenase, often shortened to ADH. Think of ADH as part of the body's cleanup crew. Its job is to begin transforming alcohol into substances that can be processed further. But here's what many people don't realize. Men generally have higher activity of this enzyme in certain areas of the body, including the stomach. That means a portion of alcohol may begin breaking down before it has the opportunity to enter the bloodstream. Women, on average, tend to have lower amounts of stomach ADH activity. As a result, more alcohol may reach circulation unchanged. Researchers have also observed differences in liver enzyme activity between males and females, which may contribute to variations in how alcohol is metabolized. The practical outcome? Two individuals of similar age and body size may experience different effects from the same amount of alcohol. This can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. You've probably heard comments like, "Why can't you keep up? Come on, we had the same thing." But biology doesn't always play by simple rules. Recognizing these differences isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. Let's consider another example. Susan and her husband, Robert, decide to celebrate their anniversary with dinner. They each order a single cocktail. An hour later, Susan notices that she feels the effects more strongly than expected, while Robert feels relatively unchanged. For years, she wondered whether something was wrong with her. The truth? Her experience may simply reflect normal physiological differences, and understanding those differences can help people make safer, more informed decisions. Because alcohol affects everyone uniquely: age, medications, overall health, body composition, genetics, and whether you've eaten recently can all influence the body's response. This is one reason healthcare professionals often encourage moderation and awareness rather than comparison. Your body's signals matter. Ignoring them because someone else appears unaffected isn't always wise. And perhaps that's one of the most important lessons in this entire discussion. The goal isn't competition, it's understanding. By the way, if you're finding this information helpful, take a moment to tap the like button and subscribe. It helps us continue creating thoughtful health content designed to educate rather than alarm. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed that alcohol affects you differently depending on whether you've eaten? Or have you observed differences among family members or friends? Share your experiences respectfully in the comments. Your stories often help others realize that they're not alone. As we wrap up, remember this: alcohol isn't digested in the same way as a sandwich, a bowl of soup, or a piece of fruit. Its path through the body is faster, more direct, and influenced by factors many people never consider. Food can alter the speed of absorption. Enzymes help determine how alcohol is metabolized, and biological differences between men and women may influence how strongly the same amount of alcohol affects the body. Knowledge like this doesn't have to create fear. Instead, it can encourage mindfulness, it can inspire better conversations, and it can remind us that health isn't one size fits all. A quick note before you go: if you're considering significant changes related to alcohol consumption, especially if you have medical conditions or take prescription medications, it's always a good idea to consult your healthcare professional for personalized guidance. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me today. If you learned something new, consider sharing this video with someone who might benefit from understanding how remarkable and complex the human body truly is. Take care of yourself, listen to your body's signals, and I'll see you in the next video.